Hi, Leo Scarborough here, the Buildsmith from Buildsmith Solutions. I wanted to show you some excerpts from a Q&A I had with a very good friend of mine, Bohdan, at Creoglass. We were discussing around the options of development and investment in development when it comes to construction opportunities. Now, as you can see here, he's got a connection with somebody that actually, when you start to pick it apart, we needed to undertake a bit more due diligence around the person that's making the connections, a little bit more evidence around the sort of stuff he's done before, and a little bit more investigation into the so-called deals that he's got. The take home here is really, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Please watch the videos and I'll come back to you at the end. Fine, so Bohdan, yeah, say again, where have you been, what have you been doing?
I came across a group called for developers, okay, architects, all construction, okay, pretty good. Yeah. I have discovered, okay, yeah. And they had a speaker, asset manager of real estate.
Like he runs a portfolio.
Correct, yeah. So he's got the access to over £3 billion worth of finance available to investors.
Right.
So they would finance a project of 2 million plus, okay, minimum, where the investors obviously comes with some sort of a deposit, okay, and they will double his investment and so on. Right. Okay, so it's all very VIP kind of, that's construction mafia sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right. So and at the end of this this networking, they have this regular raffle. Okay, and the third person wins this box of chocolate. The second person wins blah blah, and the first person wins 2 hours consultation with me, and we go for a lunch. And I'm telling to my mate, Edward, like, watch it, I'm going to win this one. Next thing, Bohdan Duha. So
wow.
So I'm telling you, you can bend the universe, okay?
Yeah, of course you can.
If you want something to achieve, you have to do it.
Great believer in that.
Do it for you.
Yeah, great believer in that.
Creators of this reality. That's how it works.
Manifestation is a game changer. People
want the mechanics all over again, okay? And that's what it is.
Correct.
And so there we are, okay, having a lunch with this guy, and he's just telling me these things. Okay, I'm like, great, I really want to go this route. I want to do something with this. All right, so now I've got, and we became really good friends. And so I have another route to expand my portfolio as an entrepreneur, okay, where I can connect investors who are looking for really good deals, okay, to this company who's got the deals. They have the money, but they need investor. Okay, so once
that part for me. So they are a company that has property deals.
Yeah.
They've got money.
Yeah.
Why do they need investors if they've got money?
Because the investor is the one who's going to do the development, right?
Right.
So either the investor is going to buy the land or buy the property. They're not interested in going into buying anything, okay? They're interested in lending the money.
Right, okay.
That's their interest.
Yeah, fine.
Anything further than that is not their model.
Right, okay.
They
want people to buy land off of them, or kind of the...
No, they have already their contacts, okay, that's offering them, this is the deal, would you like to do something with it, right?
Yeah.
So this guy wants to obviously create his own personal spin-off of this, okay? So obviously on top of his, I guess, regular wages, he can interest from this. So we already are looking at a couple of deals, and they're looking really, really interesting, right? The reason is because they would have information about the specific land or a property,
Yeah.
and the future surrounded development, so they know how the property and the value of the land is going to increase in the future years.
Okay. So let me pause you there. You've got a person that has told you about a bit of land. He tells you all the information about the bit of land. He tells you all of the kind of exit strategies, percentages, that sort of thing.
Helps me to analyze everything. Why is it good?
Yeah, so he helps you to analyze all of that based on his information.
Yes.
Based on his information. So he helps you analyze everything based on his information, and he needs an injection of cash in order to make you both money.
Correct.
What have you done any due diligence on him?
I, other than this being the speaker at this networking, okay.
Yeah.
So he's been invited, obviously, by people who have done probably due diligence on him. I have not, no. But I have heard there is a lot of con artists in this industry, because everything is based on trust, right? There is not much they're not going to disclose any sort of agreements and stuff like that. But there will be kind of a portfolios of the property published somewhere, but it's not going to go to the auction.
So, out of interest, what's his name? Do you know?
Yes. Give me 1 second.
Because, so for me, one of the how to spell it? How to spell it? No, kind of in the London area. So, know any of his companies?
So the one that he is representing is called
Hold on. Let me duplicate that. Okay, so he isn't a director of that company.
No. He's a
and that company was formed in that limited company was formed in 2015, but he isn't the director of it.
no, he's not. He wasn't claiming that he's there. He actually said that he's a not asset manager,
Fine.
funds manager or something like that.
So I have looking kind of online.
Yeah.
How old do you hold on? Do you think he was kind of 30 odd? Is he 30 years old?
30, 35 maybe.
Right. So I've got a guy called born 1992.
Yeah.
He appears to be the director of two different companies.
Okay.
One was July 23, it was formed. So actually hasn't even gone through. Oh, it's got it's got a Gazette final strike off.
Okay.
Let's have a quick look at the other company. So that guy, that particular director, let me just double check it is in. Has got 3 directors. Yeah, but it's about to have a compulsory strike off. Let me have a quick look at the other one. There's another one here again. He's born 1992. Was formed incorporated 2013, so quite a lot longer. It's got a compulsory strike off.
Okay.
So what I would say, and it's only because I love you,
yeah,
is the information you've told me is that he's a guest speaker. So I'm a guest speaker. I can speak at many things, and lots of people reach out to me. I like to think I'm good at what I do. I have got 5 sites at the moment that are prime, ready for development, up for sale, like off market, not auction. There are problems with all 5 of them, and it takes different effort to get over the problems and a different amount of cash, etc. But I have them, and I could feed you a set of information that make those look really friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I, as the honest person that I like to be, I wouldn't put them in front of you because I don't believe they're actually any good. And we're discussing with the clients what to do with them, whether they build them out, whether or not they send them to auction, what they disclose, what they don't disclose. I'm a real advocate in disclosing everything that you should. But my concern is you've got a person that you've had no due diligence with, you've had a 2-hour lunch with, who's a great salesman, he must be a really good salesman, has fed you some information on deals that he thinks are good, based on his own percentages, his own exit. He's helped you understand his own business model. The only thing he hasn't got is cash. Now, in my experience, if I could go to somebody like Scott Patmore, who is fantastic at lending, and he's got a real broad understanding of unregulated and regulated kind of lending. If I bought him a deal that I said, Scott, this stacks, but I've got no cash, he would say, okay, Leo, you've either got to go and get some cash, or I'll get this angel investor in, I'll take this as a punt, and we'll do a regulated lending on this. But you can do the project management delivery of it, but really the cut goes to them. So I could get lending. Now, it could be that I might be able to stack it better if I get some other investors, but I, as a diligent person, I wouldn't be calling you up and saying, listen, Bohdan, I've got a deal. Could you lend me some money and we'll do it together? Because I don't think that's morally correct, honestly. Now, this guy might be absolutely spot on. He might know his stuff, but from a very quick search, he's in his 30s. He's a director of 2 companies, both with a compulsory strike-off notice. It might be the wrong guy. Might be a completely different guy. Might be my research is completely wrong in the 5 minutes we've been talking. But early research says I need to do more research. So I would just say, be very careful. Because for me, you can be a really good salesman. You can convince somebody of a really good deal, but actually, all they're after is cash. If they're really good at what they do, they number one might be telling people about it, because I do a lot of that. Like, here I am, professional person, here are the risks. What I then don't follow up with is, here are the risks, give me your cash. Because for me, we might say, if you need any help, come and book a call. And selfishly, that call then goes into a sales journey, and that sales journey then might lead to work. But I don't dress it up as, give me your cash, here's a deal, 20% in your pocket in 3 years' time. Because I can guarantee you, building work is not that easy. There is so much risk. I've just come from a meeting today, actually, where it's a new build house, 3 stories high, one's a basement. The reason it stacks, kind of, is because the guy owns the land already. It's part of his garden. But even when he's talking through it, he's got this design that an architect has sold him a dream that he essentially can't afford. So we're having really pragmatic discussions about, does he spend £500,000 more than the value of the house because he knows he's going to live in it and be carried out in a box? But that's what I'm saying. I'm the first person. You've got a whole architectural team that has designed him something that he can't afford. And that's the problem, is that the industry is full of salesmen. So because I love you, and I don't mean to be pessimistic, But for me, there's enough red flags there that tell me that you've got to do some more due diligence. And I would love to see those spreadsheets. If he's telling you, look at all of these magic numbers, I'd love and I would do it for you for free. Everybody else has to pay, but for you for free, let me look at the spreadsheet and then at least pick apart if it looks good or not. So, as you can see from those videos, actually all we did was we asked the right questions and explored some of the pain points around the kind of development opportunities he has. So, if you find yourself in the same situation and you just think that you need to run it past somebody as a second opinion, please do drop a comment below, DM me or contact us via the website. We would love to help.